Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you for tuning in to the Sammy Rigo podcast. Once again, we here. My name's Sammy Rigo. It is an honor and a blessing for you to be with me and spend some time with us over here. Today's episode is sponsored by Georgia Educators for Equity and Justice. They are an organization who's dedicated to elevating the teaching profession with a special focus on creating supportive and empowering environments for Black educators. Georgia Educators for Equity and Justice. They're some good friends. We did their conference last year and so happy to have them on board supporting what we got going on over here. So today I have a special thing I want to talk about to you guys today about. I want to talk about my favorite things in teaching. People ask me all the time, right? I'm kind of known for being this teacher and coming up with all these cool initiatives and things. And people always ask me, like, yo, what do you like? And I'll take it a step further. Earlier this school year, I told my students that even if I won the lottery, I would still teach. Even if I won the lottery, I would still teach. I would come in a little later, most likely. I would leave a little earlier, most likely. I wouldn't answer to that many people if I won the lottery, most likely. But I would still teach, and that's because I really enjoy what I do, and I love the profession that much. So I want to tell you real quick 3 things why I like it, and what are 3 things I like. So let's do it. Number 1, the most important thing I like about teaching is the ability to serve. I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and I think my time on this earth is not to be wasted doing things that I'm not passionate about. When I was in college, I went to school for broadcast journalism at first, and I loved sports reporting. I interned with the Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, and I loved that field. I love talking. I love expressing. I love media. I love interviewing. I love reporting. I love blogging. I love writing. But on my senior year, I went on a mission trip to Haiti. And when I went, this is the weirdest thing that happened to me. I got a story from the guy who was out there. He said he used to work for Boeing in Northwest United States over in Oregon. And he worked for Boeing back in the 70s, where every week he would get on, he was an assembly line, and they'd put out a 747 every week. Every single week, from Monday to Friday, they'd finish production and put a Boeing out. And he was sick for 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, he didn't go to work. He would get reports about how everything was moving exactly as planned. Nothing changed. People were still putting out that 747, even if he was there or not. And he said, I had to leave all that and come to Haiti and do mission work. And I remember at that time, I'm 21, and I'm sitting there listening to that, and I'm like, I'm in school for something that is, no disrespect. I love sports. I'm watching it right now. But there's something about making a difference if you were called to. And I always felt that I was called to. So the first reason I think that I got into education and I'm still in it and why I love it is because I get the ability to serve. Every day I get 20 kids in front of my face that I could leave an impact on. I could help them regulate their emotions. I could help them with their education status, what they're learning, how they're learning it, help shape how they see the world, help shape how they talk to each other, how they interact with each other, how they handle problems, all that kind of stuff. I'm able to actually see it happen and make an impact in real life, real time too. So the ability to serve and to make a difference, like, it means everything to me. If I'm not in the classroom, somebody else could do it, but they can't do it the way I'm doing it. And there's a bunch of other careers that I could probably be dope at. I could probably be really good at. But there's something that's special about the impact I get to make in the classroom. That's the first thing. The second thing that I really, really enjoy about teaching, my second favorite thing is giving the ability to give kids the opportunities that I didn't have, right? So I grew up in the 90s, and if you like me, you know, in Florida, we had No Child Left Behind, and just a different world back then. And I'll never forget this. My first grade teacher told me that I would go to jail. My first grade teacher was a Hispanic man named Mr. Boris from Miami. He told me I would go to jail. And I remember he brought my mom in on the conference, and he's like, hey, Sammy's so smart and Sammy's so whatever, but he doesn't listen, and he's going to end up in jail. And I remember hearing that, and I was like, how do you tell a kid that? How do you tell a 6-year-old that that's his fate? And it wasn't even like he was trying to scare me. He had just said, I'm gonna go there. And I remember like just not caring about school. And when I became a teacher, one of the things I made sure I never did, and I don't do, is I try to not have a negative outlook on my students. I try not to speak negative things over them, because when you tell a child something, you know, if he's not balancing that with other stuff, he thinks that's what he's going to be. He thinks that's his fate because you're a leader. And I think as I got into teaching, I always wanted to give kids the opportunities that I didn't have. I wanted them to, even if they misbehave a little bit, it's like, yo, misbehave, but like, we can solve that, you know, care. I want kids to care about school, because I didn't care about school. I wanted kids to feel welcomed at school, because I wasn't welcomed at school. I want kids to feel like they belong, feel like whatever their skill set is, whatever they're interested in, like you could bring that to the classroom. Because I couldn't do that when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I felt like it was home, outside, and then school. And all three of them did not mix. I didn't read at home. I didn't like belong at school. I wasn't able to be myself. So I always walked around with just a negative feeling in school. And now that I'm a teacher, like my favorite thing is the ability to make kids feel like they belong. Like if you walk into you interview a student, and we're going to do that later this year. I'm going to try to get some friends that I taught on this podcast. But I think if you walk around and you ask some of my old students and you interview them, they'll tell you that I literally made them feel welcome every day. Every single day they walked into my room, I made sure that they were welcome, they were loved, they knew that I was for them. That was the biggest thing, that I was for them. And that whatever your interest was, like you can do it in here. Whatever your interest is, you could do it in here. That's essentially how the whole Freestyle Friday thing went about, is that I saw these kids who were so interested in music, but they didn't care about reading. And I was like, how can I mix the two? How can I make you feel like your interest and what you like, it belongs here? And eventually, like, that's what made the world fall in love with that, is the fact that you got to see kids having fun. And I didn't make them rap about books and reading. It's like, no, you rap about what you want to rap about, you know, as long as it's clean. But you rap about what you want to rap about, but you rap about it in here. And there's a time and a place for it. There's a platform for it. And the whole world got to watch these little kids become stars, because it was a beautiful thing. You watch kids belong in a space. And that video got millions of views. And I'm on CNN, and I'm on Fox, and I'm on Good Morning America, and I'm all over ABC, and I'm doing all these things. And all of that stemmed from, you got to watch kids feel like they belong in a space. And every day them kids came to school, they knew they belonged. So that's my biggest thing about teaching. I try to give the kids opportunities that I didn't have. And the third part, so the first part, like I told you, was the ability to serve and make a difference. The other one is giving them opportunities that I didn't have. The third part is partnering with parents, right? I think when I first started, I was I was younger than all the parents, right? All the parents were a lot older. And then now that I'm 10 years in, I'm like the same age as the parents, or I'm older than a lot of these parents that I have, right? And the beautiful part is like I get to partner with them. I always tell parents, hey, for the 1 year we're together, here's my phone number, here's my email. We locked in. We're gonna be together. I'm gonna love on your child like they're mine for this year. Um, and then after that year's done, like the relationship changes. We kind of I'm like that cool uncle that you have and you have access to. But for that 1 year, I'm partnering with the parents. So like I communicate, I text parents a lot. All the time my wife is like, how are you texting these parents? How are you emailing these parents at this time, this time? Why do you go to this event? Why do you go to that? At the end of the day, it's because um for this 1 year we're partnering. You know, people have really shown me that their children are their most prized possession. And they'll do anything. And when you love on their kids, man, the kind of appreciation that I get is always through the roof, man. I have parents go above and beyond. And I usually get more gifts than all the other teachers. And I think it's because the parents know that for that 1 year we locked in, I could always call Rigo. Hey, Rigo, my kid's not feeling well. What do I need to do? Hey, they got a doctor's appointment. Could you text me what the work is? Or hey, um, what do you see? Hey, or this is going on. Can you help me with that? And they go, so much of it happens, and they know for that 1 year, man, we have access to this, man. On top of like I'm a writer, so I'm always writing the kids letters, notes, cards. They feel the love, they can see the love, and they experience it. And so for this 1 year, they know that we're together. And partnering with the parents is cool, man. It's a cool feeling, and as I'm about to become a parent, it makes me like very valuable to them, and I can understand why. So those are the big reasons. 10 years in, that's why I love this. And even if I win the lottery, I ain't stopping. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna change up. If I did play the lottery and I did win, I would change how I did it, but I would still teach. Why? Because I want to make a difference. I want to give the kids opportunities that I didn't have, and I want to partner with parents to help them with their most prized possession. Their most prized possession. I want to switch gears a little bit. Let's switch gears a little bit. Switch gears, man. I'll tell you guys a quick story. My best friend, one of my best friends, Jude Paul. I knew Jude for 20 years. 20 years. And Jude's dad, Gene, is like a father figure for me. He's like, I just remember so many times he sat down and just given me wisdom. And one of the best things he told us one time, and I don't even think Jude remembers this. So Jude, if you watching or listening, like vouch for me in the comments. But I remember he said, if people are achieving great things, why can't you be one of them? Right? Why can't you be one of them? If people are achieving great things, why can't you be one of them? Why it can't be you is how he would say it. Why it can't be you? And that stuck with me. The other guys kept laughing, moved on, but I always, you know, that always drove me. Like if teachers are able to get everything done and have a personal life and have a healthy life and be active in the community and work on their passions. Like, if people are doing it, why I can't be one of the people that do that? That's my question to you watching today. If people are doing great things, why can't you be one of those people? Like, it's getting done. Why can't you? So I have some advice for my entrepreneur friends, right? I'm an entrepreneur. an entrepreneur. I'm an operator and owner of Moments of Magic. We are an entertainment company. Um, and here's some advice. Success in your business or success overall is not about selling products. Success is about selling emotion. What do I mean by that? Success as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as a brand is not about selling a product, it's about selling emotion. Apple, right? Apple, the Apple phone, it doesn't sell phones and just like products and iPads. It sells innovation. When you hold an iPad or an iPhone, it's trying to let you know that, hey, this is the newest thing. This is the cutting edge. It's a status symbol. iPhone, iPhone, iPhone. Oh, your message is on green. And there's like this culture to it, right? Why? Because it's selling you innovation. Rolex, Louis Vuitton, they're not selling the quality of watch. Is the quality of a Rolex better than a regular watch? No. But it's a status symbol. It's selling you the fact that if you wear Rolex, if you have a Louis bag, if you have a Louis wallet, if you have Louis luggage, you have a Louis bracelet, if you have those things, then your status is higher. You're cooler. You look better. You'll feel better if you wear this. That's not a product. That's an emotion. Some of the same Louis Vuitton products are sold other places, and they're made for pennies, cents, dollars, very few dollars, and they sell them for thousands. Why? Because Louis Vuitton and Rolex sell status. Tesla, right? And them big old cyber trucks and all them Teslas. My friend has a Tesla, and I laugh at him. But what is Tesla selling? Tesla is selling futuristic. This is what you're gonna need in the future. A car that drives itself. A car that has a big screen in the middle, right? A car that doors are automatic. A car that has all this technology. Does it make your life better? Maybe, maybe not. But overall, what Tesla is really selling is the future, right? Nike, right? Just do it, right? Probably my favorite brand, Nike. Nike sells motivation. That's why their brand says just do it. And they'll get these athletes that they sponsor, and these athletes will make commercials. And what are they selling in those commercials? The fact that they work hard. They're trying to motivate you to buy this by showing you that these athletes are very motivated. When you see LeBron James, right? When you see LeBron James on that commercial, and he's wearing that Nike shoe, and it says greatness or witness, and those are all things to motivate, right? You want to motivate. You want to be like LeBron. You get motivated because he's a motivated person, and that's what Nike's doing. Is Nike selling the best shoe out there, product wise? Probably not, right? Probably not. Quality wise, performance wise, is it the best for your feet? I don't know. Does it help you play better? I don't know. People were wearing Chucks back in the day, and they balled. Just there's Hall of Famers, and they balled and they played for less injuries, honestly, in the NBA. But Nike's all about selling motivation. When you wear that Nike and you see that Nike sign, it's like, just do it. Go try it. Selling motivation. I'm a teacher, and, I often see kids playing with Legos. Are Legos the best blocks out there, the best thing for kids? No. There's no proof of that. But Legos sells creativity. When you go to Legoland, you see all the things you could do with the Lego. When you give a kid Legos, you watch him create, and you tell him, hey, the world is yours in this little package, and you could sell it, and you could put it together and do whatever you want. You're selling creativity. So Nike sells motivation. Lego sells creativity. Rolex and Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Balenciaga and Prada, all those things sell status. Right? Tesla sells the future. Apple sells innovation. None of those are real products, but their brand has an emotion. So if you're an entrepreneur out there, my best advice to you, is to whatever product you're selling, think about the emotion that you want your customers to have. Whatever product you have, think of an emotion that you want your consumer to have, and that'll get you really far. Hey, listen, man, I'm not a business advisor, I'm not a consultant, but that's some good advice. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Sammy Go podcast. Remember, this episode was brought to you by the Georgia Educators for Equity and Justice. They are an organization dedicated to elevating the teaching profession with a special focus on creating supportive and empowering environments for Black educators. I have their link in the description, and I really want you to check them out and what they're doing. I've partnered with them. I spoke at their conference last year, and I love the work that they're doing in Georgia. So, Georgia Educators for Equity and Justice. No, that's a good one-stop shop if you're a teacher or if you're a parent and you want to give more information. So we thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Sammy Rigo. This is the Sammy Rigo podcast. I love you. I thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and to turn that notification bell on so you can get everything here. God bless you.